Here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
The secret to longevity, it may just come down to these two words: eat less. Realtor Magazine says this is a hot trend. Urinals are going from train stations, ballparks, and public restrooms right into the home. So what makes people stay madly in love? The study found that couples who use good communication skills are more likely to remain deeply in love because they know they're both on the same page.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Until you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, and see their upfront pricing and how Automax puts their low outlet price along with the Carfax and complete vehicle information on the window of every single vehicle. Then, and only then, can you take advantage of great finance offers like rates from 2% with 0 down and no payments for 90 days with loan approval. View all these great prices and vehicles on the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Are you an animal lover concerned about the black bear issue? Forest Animal Rescue is finishing construction of an 80-acre sanctuary here in Marion County dedicated to helping sick, injured, or abandoned bear cubs be returned to safe habitats in the wild, and you can be a vital part of this effort. Your contribution to Forest Animal Rescue will help complete the new on-site clinic. To learn more or volunteer, call 352-625-7377 or visit forestanimalrescue.org. Will you help?
New windows will beautify your home and bring you immediate energy savings. Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida leads the way in outstanding quality and installation. Visit renewalbyandersen.com for a free in-home consultation with the pros. Right now, save $350 per window and $650 per patio door with the purchase of 4 or more windows or doors. No money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 12 months with approved credit. Visit renewalbyandersen.com. Renewalbyandersen.com. Offer ends October 31st. License CGC 1524135.
Ocala veterans will have the opportunity to receive free dental services at Smiles at Heathbrook on Friday, November 11th. Dr. Christopher Bonesteel and team at Oak Ridge Dental Care will be honoring veterans as part of Veterans Free Dentistry Day, a day dedicated to free dental care to veterans without dental insurance. One free extraction or cleaning will be provided per patient between 8 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. For more information, call 352-237-2262 or visit freedentistryday.org.
A young woman contemplating having an abortion is told by society that whether she has her baby or not, it is her choice. The House of One in Faith in Ocala wants to give that young woman a place to live in comfort during her trying time, to help her know that God's love is abundant and that He is not ashamed of her in any way. The House of One in Faith is free and confidential. For more information, call 352-687-8895.
The entire world watched. They watched each step down the rungs of that small ladder, one after another, and waited with great anticipation for that last step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At that moment, humanity saw the impossible become the possible. And today, the sky is not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Immerse yourself in a creative blend of art, music, and culture at the 35th Annual Downtown Festival and Art Show, November 5th and 6th in downtown Gainesville. Explore a stunning collection of artwork by 240 artists and marvel at world-class paintings, vivid photography, unique sculpture, dazzling jewelry, and so much more. Enjoy continuous entertainment on 4 stages all weekend, including a downtown blues concert on Friday night. And bring the kids for free art activities at the Children's Imagination Station. For more information, call 352-334-ARTS.
The City of Ocala Department of Recreation and Parks are proud to present the 33rd Annual Light Up Ocala on November 19th. The fun starts on the square in downtown Ocala from 4 to 9 p.m. There will be food vendors, 3 stages of entertainment, Whoville themed Kids Zone, the downtown holiday skating rink, crafts, the Junior Sunshine Christmas Parade around the downtown square, and then at about 7:30 p.m. the official downtown lighting ceremony. See you at Light Up Ocala.
Hey everybody, did you know that there is a black bear sanctuary right here in the Ocala National Forest? While FWC has postponed the bear hunt this year, there are still perils that these magnificent creatures face. Forest Animal Rescue is finishing their state-of-the-art sanctuary on 80 acres in the Ocala National Forest. The last phase of construction is the on-site clinic to help with bear cub rehabilitation and release. Forest Animal Rescue is a 501c3. Your contribution is entirely tax-deductible. Visit forestanimalrescue.org. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Voice of South Marion reminds us that early detection is vital. Breast cancer is the most common cancer in women in the United States. According to statistics, 232,670 women and 2,360 men will be diagnosed with breast cancer in the United States in 2015. Learn as much as you can and support cancer research. Message brought to you by the caring folks at the Voice of South Marion.
All right, thank you. Tracy Metro is on the phone. Tracy is a celebrity lifestylist and an accomplished designer, organizer, party planner. I always need a party planner. I never know how to do that stuff. She's even a carpenter, it says here. Taking the stress out of last-minute Halloween preparations is the topic. Good morning, Tracy. How are you?
Oh, I'm fabulous. This is my favorite time of year. This is like my Super Bowl.
Is it really? Why? What are you doing?
I love Halloween. It's literally, I love everything about it. I love the costumes, I love the decor, and I'm lucky that I work with companies that help me share my ideas.
So do you stress out because you like it so much, or do you not stress out because you like it so much?
It's funny you say that. Sometimes I do stress out a little bit because I want it to be like the pinnacle.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we got to. There's an eye doctor here in town that is on the same page as you. You would get along with him. He just loves Halloween. His whole yard looks like, some people on Christmas. He's decorated his house so much for Halloween.
Yeah, he's marvelous.
Yeah, it's fun. It's the most inclusive holiday. Everybody has fun, and it's all just about happiness. And in terms of what's trending for Halloween, because I do try to keep my thumb on the pulse, costumes-wise, this is crazy, you guys. Over 30 years later, Star Wars is still trending. And here's my theory why. Because if you're a family or a group of friends that are going out, there are enough characters to choose from that everybody gets kind of something cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I personally like goofy costumes.
But the one who gets the best candy at my house is Princess Leia. Yeah. She gets the best candy. She gets the Snickers bars.
That's right.
I do love the hair. The hair is, you can't beat that hair, right? So I'm dressing up as a shark, one of those like foamy costumes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Katy Perry thing? What was that, Sharky?
Yes!
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. I'm the better dancer.
Oh, gosh.
And my husband's going as riding a bull. He's like, where you're like inside the...
Oh, yeah. Oh, those are cool. Did he make it himself?
No. We went to Target over the weekend and we bought it. And my dog's going as a politician.
Which politician?
Well, he's going as himself. But
as himself, okay.
But his name really is Bernie, which is just very funny, which is why...
okay. Oh, that is cool. That is funny. A lot of people are taking their dogs trick-or-treating. We saw this whole thing on that.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of people give out, like, dog treats. I know in my neighborhood they do.
That's what I should do. I should get some dog treats, just in case somebody comes over.
Have you decorated your windows at your home?
I have not. Not yet. I just picked up all my home decor stuff. Also, this past weekend while I was at Target, they've got the coolest, like, studded pumpkins. It's very modern. Listen, you can do, like, cute, polka dot Halloween, or you can do modern, like studded pumpkin Halloween, or you could do Day of the Dead Halloween, which I think is beautiful because the colors are so vibrant, and it's just very different than the black and the orange.
Oh, really? Have you
Yeah.
have you seen some of these things that they project an image on the wall that looks like a bad guy's coming to get you or something like that?
Oh, no, I thought you were going to talk about the light show.
No, these are like projected images that, like there's a guy creeping around the corner of the house, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So cool. While I was at Target, there was a hand on the floor. It's a self-propelling hand, and it was walking across the floor of the store. It was super gory and fun and fabulous. And while I was there, I was there at like 10 o'clock on Saturday night. That's how exciting my life is. If you spend $30 on home decor, party supplies, or costumes, you save $5.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. I went to your website, tracymetro.com. Boy, there's a lot of stuff to pick from on here.
Good.
All right. So right now, are you all ready for Halloween? Do you still need to get some stuff, or?
Well, I got my candy. There's a new candy. Well, it's new to me. I didn't know this existed.
What is it?
It's called Kit Kat Darkness.
Kit Kat Dark?
Oh, that's been out for a long time. Kit Kat Dark.
That sounds good. I love Kit Kats.
Yeah.
It's so good. I must not eat candy bars often.
Do you know what candy is the only time I eat this candy is Halloween? It's called Smarties. Have you ever had those Smarties?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Are you getting the one that's exclusive to Target?
I don't know. Is there such a thing?
Yes.
Really? Target Smarties.
Yeah, it's Smarties that they're only sold at Target. It's like, I think it's in the shape of bones. Like
okay. Target Smarty Bones.
Oh, I've seen those at Walgreens. Yeah.
Well, Tracy, you sound like a lot of fun. And your website's got a lot of orange on it. Is that just your favorite color, or is that just for this time of year?
No, it is my favorite color, which makes sense that Halloween is my favorite time of year. And all the plants and the potted plants that people have on their porch now are in my favorite colors. These autumnal colors. And I am all about porchscaping. I bet you've never heard of that because I made it up.
You did make it up, yeah. I don't think I heard of that, yeah.
Today I'm live tweeting under the hashtag porchscaping. It's the concept of bringing the indoors out. Normally as a designer, I'm all about bringing the outdoors in. But you want your porch, right now when people are coming by, and it's a very festive time of year, you want your porch to feel like a living space. So get a graphic cushion that's in the orange autumnal colors that connect with the potted plants so that the space feels like a living room. And the trick is to keep your potted plants living for more than just the week of Halloween. And here's the sad truth. As good at cooking and party flowering and decor as I am awful at landscaping. But my girlfriend told me about an app. It's called the Grow app, G-R-O, by Scotts Miracle-Gro. It's free to download, Android and iOS. It geo-targets your specific house all the way down to the side of the street that you're on. And it knows the weather conditions, and it tells you what to plant, when to plant, how to plant it.
Tracy, I'm sorry we were up against the clock. Thank you for what you're doing and for being on the air. You're a fun guest. Thank you.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Celebrations on the campaign trail. Hillary Clinton marking her 69th birthday in Florida as she vies for votes against Donald Trump, who's starting the day in Washington.
Celebrating his latest accomplishment, the old post office on Pennsylvania Avenue has been retrofitted with Trump gold and is officially opening today as the Trump International Hotel. Why is this significant? Because Donald Trump likes to use this as an illustration of what he would do should he become president, start running the country, saying that he finished this project a year early and under budget.
Fox's John Roberts, a Marine Corps jet fighter crashing in the Southern California desert.
The twin-engine FA-18C Hornet burned up, but the pilot ejected safely when the jet went down Tuesday evening during a training flight.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers, and a once fugitive police chief in Mexico ordered held on charges of aggravated kidnapping in the disappearance of 43 students. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I need to switch to LEDs. I told Brad some of our LED light bulbs are on sale for less than $2 per bulb.
Ace is the place where you can save money when buying LEDs and save energy and the environment. It's a start.
Head to Ace now through Monday and get a 3-pack of Fight 60-watt LED bulbs for $5.99 with instant savings. That's less than $2 per bulb. Offer valid through October 31st at participating stores. Ace Rewards members save $1 instantly in store. Store stock only. See store for details.
An important message from Medicare.
I found a better deal on prescriptions.
I found a new plan with lower costs.
It's Medicare Open Enrollment. Have you compared plans yet? Who knows what you might find?
Check out your options at Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
You never know unless you go.
Medicare Open Enrollment, October 15th through December 7th. Brought to you by the Department of Health and Human Services.
Today in Florida Ag News from a Southeast AgNet, agricultural landowners and Indian tribes in Florida are being reminded applications are being accepted for a wetland reserve easement. The sign-up period will run until November 15 for fiscal year 2017 funding. USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service provides financial and technical assistance for landowners to purchase and restore wetlands, protect wildlife habitat, and recharge groundwater on their property. Eligible landowners can enroll in a permanent or 30-year easement. Now, the Agricultural Conservation Easement Program, or ACEP, provides financial and technical assistance to help conserve ag lands and wetlands and their related benefits. There are two components to the program, the agricultural land easements and wetland reserve easements. Now, although applications are accepted for this program on a continuous basis, funding selections are typically made once a year, and this batching deadline runs to November 15th. To learn more, contact your local NRCS office.
Attention cattle producers in North Florida and the tri-state wiregrass region. Mark the date for midday Thursday, November 3rd, and plan to get your cattle production questions answered by the experts at a special event to be held at Blackwater Cattle Company in Lake Park, Georgia. It's the Not in the Book 2 program, hosted by North Florida Cattlemen's Association and the Wiregrass Cattlemen's Association of Georgia. Thursday, November 3rd, Blackwater Cattle Company, Lake Park, Georgia. And with the big Blackwater sale a week later, the cattle to be offered will also be on display.
The countdown has begun once again for beef and dairy producers to become Beef Quality Assurance certified for free online through November 13th. And as an added bonus, anyone who becomes certified during this period is eligible to win a prize package courtesy of Bear-Ringer Ingelheim Vetmedica Incorporated and the BQA program. Anyone who works with cattle, whether it's beef or dairy, is encouraged to complete BQA training through November 13th. Visit BQA.org to take advantage of the open certification period. Funded in part by the Beef Checkoff. Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
It's the end of the fiscal year, and that means budget cuts and number crunching. Now's the time of the year you're evaluating your expenses, planning your budget, and finding ways to save money and increase efficiency to maximize profits. Dex Imaging understands and delivers. Call Dex Imaging today for a free document management evaluation. Cutting your office expenses is as easy as calling Dex Imaging. 352-266-0333. Start saving money today and increase your bottom line with Dex Imaging. Printers, copiers, and fax machines that increase office productivity and save you money. No one understands your bottom line better. Call Dex Imaging today, 352-266-0333, or check them out on the web at deximaging.com. That's DEXimaging.com. Or call 352-266-0333 for your free document management evaluation today.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I was just looking at some video in Paris and Calais, is that how you say it, in France? And
yes.
Boy, oh my gosh, you know, they tried, the French government tried to do something really good by allowing the refugees to come and live there. And they really are just trashing the place.
They certainly are.
Oh my gosh!
Those
when you look at the videos, so they're clearing out the people from the area known as Calais, Calais. And now they're burning a lot of the stuff just to clean it up.
Oh, it's disgusting.
France buses 1,600 migrants out of the notorious jungle camp in Calais.
Gosh, that is awful. And Obama's doing the same thing here, bringing over the refugees. And you made a good point. How come they're just sitting around? How come they're not?
Well, I mean, you made it political. You can make it political because it is political. But my thinking is this. Okay, you're young, healthy, you got clothing on your back. Why are you just laying there? Why are you just sitting there on a mattress on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Why don't you get up, it's the middle of the day, and find out if there's something you can do? Maybe somebody will pay you to do something.
Yes,
maybe there's something called a job that you could do. Or if not, then at least clean up this mess. At least if you all got together and said, you know what, look at this is our host. This is our city, the city that's hosting us, Paris, and look at this mess. How can they not see the mess? The poor people who actually call that home must be disgusted with this whole thing.
They must. It's absolute garbage. There's no reason to have garbage on the streets or
no respect.
No, no.
All right, let's do the fun topic we have.
Okay.
I told you I had a fun topic.
Yes, you did.
I have movie costume trivia. The costumes are part of the dialogue right now because of Halloween. Here's some movie costume trivia. You ready? Judy Garland had to wear a corset around her torso in The Wizard of Oz so she would appear younger and flat-chested.
Oh, there you go.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but I believe that.
Bert Laura's Cowardly Lion outfit in The Wizard of Oz weighed 90 pounds.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was made from 2 real lion skins.
I didn't know that either.
That would be so politically incorrect today.
Yeah, but
Incorrect.
that must have been kind of weird for him.
Real lion skins, 90
Wow.
pounds. Mae West had it written into her contract that nobody would wear white on the set of a film but her.
Oh, okay.
She was the only one who could wear white.
Mm-hmm.
In his will, Stan Laurel left his derby to Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, my gosh.
Dick Van Dyke considers it one of his most treasured possessions.
I bet. Because he imitated him.
Stan Laurel actually had more than one derby, but he left one to Dick Van Dyke. Bela Lugosi was buried in his Dracula cape.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Oh, you should be.
The battered hat worn by Henry Fonda in On Golden Pond was actually Spencer Tracy's hat. Katharine Hepburn, who had never met Fonda in the 50 years they had each spent in Hollywood, presented it to him on the first day of the set.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't that interesting?
Wow, he wore the hat of a legend. Her person, her soulmate.
The red jacket that James Dean wore in his role in Rebel Without a Cause was later given to his friend, Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh, my gosh.
How about that?
Wow.
Sammy Davis Jr. also was the recipient of the cowboy Stetson hat that was worn by John Wayne.
Oh, my.
John Wayne's famous hat, the light tan-looking hat that we've seen so many of those Western John Wayne films.
Gosh.
Gave it to Sammy Davis Jr.
Good friend.
John Travolta's famous white suit that he wore in Saturday Night Fever was purchased by movie critic Gene Siskel at an auction.
Okay.
He also considered it one of his favorite possessions.
Mm-hmm.
Gene Siskel died. They both died.
Yeah, Siskel and Ebert, right?
Western costume in Hollywood is a fascinating place to browse around. It houses dozens of classic outfits and wardrobes from great classic films. I guess that's the name of a place. Western costume got their big break in 1914 when business was slow. Director D.W. Griffith was filming the legendary Civil War epic Birth of a Nation. Griffith wanted his huge cast of soldiers clothed in authentic Civil War costumes. They soon discovered that the progress in nutrition over 50 years since 1865 made the average actor of 1914 unable to fit into a soldier's uniform of the 1860s.
Oh, my gosh.
I guess they were much thinner back in the 1860s.
And smaller, too, right? Shorter.
That's what they say.
Stuff. Gosh.
The largest number of largest number of costumes in any one film is 32,000 for a movie that came out in 1951 called Quo Vadis. Never even heard of it.
Oh, my. Was that about the Spanish-American War?
I don't know. Never heard of it. Cleopatra, in 1963, Elizabeth Taylor's famous box office flop used 29,000 costumes.
Wow.
That was a flop, that movie?
A lot of people went to the movies to see that, my folks included. They were all raving about it. Gosh.
The most costume changes in a silent film was by the movie's first sex symbol, Theda Bara, also known as the Vamp, who changed costumes 50 times in 11 reels in her original version of Cleopatra, which came out in 1917.
Wow. Isn't that something? 50 times?
The all-time record for costume changes in one movie is 85 costume changes. That was done by Madonna in the movie Evita, which came out in 1996.
Oh, I love that movie.
In the course of the movie, you see Madonna wearing 39 different hats, 45 different pairs of shoes, and 56 different pairs of earrings.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That was a well-done movie. I so enjoyed that.
If you ever see the Beatles movie called A Hard Day's Night, which came out in 1964, you will see lettering on the hangers being used to hang the clothing. The lettering says Plaza Hotel, which is in New York. Apparently, when the Beatles were in New York, the hangers from the hotel went home with them.
Oh, no, that's funny. I love that.
The Groucho Marx costume didn't require much, just an old tuxedo and a painted-on mustache. Instead of wearing a fake one or growing his own, it came about the following way. He was on a stage performance and he was in a hurry, so instead of gluing on his usual phony mustache, he just smeared some black grease paint on. He noticed that no one noticed. So he also noticed that the laughs were just as big, so he kept the grease paint on his upper lip for all of the rest of the Marx Brothers films.
Oh, I never knew that. I thought that was real. Isn't that something?
The horn that we all see Harpo Marx carrying around in the Marx Brothers movies was simply a horn that he stole off a taxi cab.
Oh, no kidding.
He used it on stage one night as a joke, and it got a huge laugh, so Harpo kept it with him his entire career. Since he didn't talk in movies, it gave him a new way to communicate.
Wow, that must have been some taxi cab.
The Wizard of Oz costumes and props sold at auction for the following prices. The Wicked Witch's hat sold for $450. You would think it would go for more than that.
Yeah.
The Wizard's suit sold for $650. Dorothy's gingham dress. What's that, the one she wore from Kansas? $1,000.
Gosh.
The Cowardly Lion's costume, which weighed 90 pounds and came from 2 real lion skins. $2,400.
Gosh.
Dorothy's ruby slippers, $15,000. There was more than one pair of the ruby slippers.
Gosh.
And as you know, there's one down in Disney, right?
Yes, there
that
is.
they show off, okay?
Yep, they sure do.
And the last piece of movie costume trivia, one definitely assumes that these items had been sold in current times on eBay. They would have fetched much higher bids. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
I would think so.
All right. That's what we have. If you're going to go out as
That is so great.
costume, get some.
That is so great.
If you're wearing a cat costume, come by the window here. We'd love to see you.
Yeah.
If you're witches are now cute.
That's right.
Clowns are now scary.
That's right.
All right, we will take a little break and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Watch for rough surf and strong rip currents over the next few days at the beaches. Partly sunny and breezy in this Wednesday. There may be a shower in spots along the coast, a high 82 to 86. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, lows in the 60s, inland 72 along the coast. Partial sunshine and breezy Thursday. There can be a shower in spots along the coast, high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
When the cliff doors creak and the tombstones quake, happy haunts materialize, and begin to vocalize. Grin-bringing ghosts come out to socialize.
The City of Ocala Department of Recreation and Parks are proud to present the 33rd Annual Light Up Ocala on November 19th. The fun starts on the square in downtown Ocala from 4 to 9 p.m. There will be food vendors, 3 stages of entertainment, Whoville themed kids zone, the downtown holiday skating rink, crafts, the Junior Sunshine Christmas Parade around the downtown square, and then at about 7:30 p.m. the official downtown lighting ceremony. See you at Light Up Ocala.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Highland Memorial Park is a beautiful place, not a sad place. You know, you need to put your house in order, and Highland is the place to take care of your end-of-life issues. You have thought about it, but keep putting it off. That is just our nature. We want to protect our family, but life gets in the way. Pre-planning makes sense, but at some point, it will be too late to plan ahead. Don't put this off any longer. Call Highland Memorial Park. Make the best decisions and get it done. Call 352-369-1020. We will be there when you need us, but we would like to help you now. Here are today's headlines from The Source. WOCA Florida is acquiring 11,000 acres near Tallahassee as part of the largest conservation land purchase made by the state in a decade. Governor Rick Scott and members of the cabinet yesterday agreed to spend $16 million to buy land that is located in Leon and Jefferson counties. Environmental groups backed the deal because it includes 10 springs and land along the St. Marks River. They also praised the purchase because the property is a major wildlife corridor that connects land stretching from the Gulf of Mexico to property just a few miles from the capital. The state is buying the property from a Utah company affiliated with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The fertilizer firm that spilled more than 200 million gallons of radioactive wastewater into the aquifer has agreed to clean up the mess and make sure it never happens again. John Steverson of the Florida Department of Environmental Protection says that's just one part of the consent order signed by the Mosaic company, saying, quote, Mosaic must implement a corrective action and grouting plan to permanently seal the sinkhole and verify the long-term effectiveness of the repair work. He went on to say this is very important because we want to make sure that this never happens again, unquote. Mosaic has to put up $40 million for remediation, and the consent order is not limited to the spill in New Wales. It also applies to Mosaic facilities in Bartow, Plant City, and Riverview. The Florida Lottery is warning citizens of an advance fee lottery scam involving its Mega Millions game. The lottery department says the scammers invoke fake notices from the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation to the public, claiming would-be victims have won prizes. According to lottery officials, the notice advises individuals that they have won a Mega Millions prize and requests that they wire transfer thousands of dollars to the scammer in order to secure their winnings. In further efforts to appear legitimate, officials say the documentation sent to the victims includes memorandum/stationery from the FBI and the FDIC that serves as letters of authentication. In a recent scam, a photo claiming to show 3 FBI agents was sent in an attempt to further prove its validity. Florida Lottery players will never be required to transfer funds to secure their winnings for Mega Millions or any other Florida Lottery game. For more information and to find other tips to protect yourself, you are encouraged to visit FloridaLottery.com.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 19 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this morning. You know what happens. You know what they don't do on Halloween anymore? They don't do bobbing for apples.
No.
You know why?
Yes.
Because we figured out that that's a good way to spread germs.
Exactly.
Kim T. Tran is on the phone. She's going to talk to us about ways to be better prepared to protect ourselves from the flu, regardless of what season it is. Kim is a pharmacist and a certified immunizer with over 12 years of pharmacy experience in multiple fields, including pediatric care, geriatric care, and research. Good morning, Kim. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Where are you calling from?
I am in New York.
How's New York? Is it cold there today?
It is cold.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Miami, and I'm not used to this at all.
Oh, you're from Miami? Oh, my goodness. Are you living there now?
I do live in Miami, yes.
Oh, you live in Miami? Okay, yeah. I want to take a tour of Miami. I was looking at a video of Miami tours. I don't know. It just looks like a fun, pretty city to take a tour around. So, what are you doing to keep yourself from getting the flu? Is there truth to the cold? Yeah, we've always heard that the cold can give you a sickness, and then you hear the exact opposite. Cold weather doesn't give you a sickness. What's the truth about that?
There's actually really no proven correlation between cold weather and getting sick. Everybody should stay healthy and prevent themselves from getting the flu. It doesn't accept you when you're in the South and it's 80 degrees in Miami, I shouldn't get my flu shot. No, CDC recommends everyone over the age of 6 months, no matter where you live, to get your flu shot. It's very important.
Okay. So that's step number one, right? Once you do that, are you protected, or are there other things we should be doing to protect ourselves?
Well, the flu season runs as early as October and can go as late as May. Now is the best time to get your flu shot. What most people don't know is that it takes 2 to take effect. So give yourself some time get your flu shot now before you're exposed to anybody else that's sick, because you are still vulnerable. On top of getting your flu shot, best practices include hand sanitizer, getting lots of rest, eating healthy. If you are coughing or sneezing, covering your mouth. Just use common sense on staying healthy in addition to getting that flu shot.
We hear about the different strains of flu that are out there. How do we know we're getting the correct shot for the proper flu strain?
Well, every year the vaccines are made based on the most prevalent strains from the previous years before. So your best chance of protecting yourself is getting that flu shot, and that's also why you need to get it every year to protect yourself.
Should we go to our general doctor to get the flu shot, or is it okay to go to those clinics to get the flu shot?
Well, the CDC recognizes that it's such a public health issue and are making lots of efforts to get as many people vaccinated as possible. So talk to your local healthcare provider, your pharmacist, your doctor, and they can definitely tell you where you can get your flu shot.
What is exactly the flu shot? I mean, is it the flu virus that's dead or weakened? What is it exactly?
There actually are lots of different kinds of flu shots out there. You have one that's specifically for people over the age of 65, children over the age of 4. You have trivalent, quadrivalent, egg-based, cell-based. The list goes on, and they are all different. For the best information as to which one is best for you, talk to your pharmacist, talk to your doctor. They'll definitely steer you in the right direction.
And
is it different, the shot they give to the children than from the older folks?
It is different. It is different, and those are the most at-risk populations, the very young and the elderly, people over 65.
And when you are going to have this flu shot, should you bring your list of medications with you so not to have an adverse reaction?
Well, again, if you talk to your pharmacist or where you fill your medications, they are the best source of information on knowing which one is the best option for you. And it doesn't hurt to bring a list of medications, no.
What are the other things we should do? Just one of the things that they always say about the cold weather is that it's not the cold weather. It's about the house being all the windows are closed and everybody's kind of breathing the same air over and over again. And if you apply that to the schools, I'm guessing that's where the children are probably most likely to get the flu, right?
Right. The flu is highly contagious. Now, if you have the flu, you can be contagious up to 7 days after getting the flu, including 1 day before symptoms even exist, before you even know you have the flu. So to avoid all of that, the best bet, again, is to get your flu shot. Get it now. Now is the best time to go out there, protect yourself, and protect your family and others.
And do you have to have a certain nutritional diet before you get this flu shot for it to be most effective?
Well, use common sense, living a healthy lifestyle by getting lots of rest, lots of fluids, and the best practices such as using hand sanitizer and any other specific questions could also be relayed to your pharmacist and doctor to give you a better guide.
One of the things I wanted to ask you about was to comment on things that you might find on the internet, like home remedies and things like that. I'm expecting that you're probably going to tell us to be careful about things we read on the internet. It's probably true, right? Is there a good website that we can go to, a more reliable one?
For more information, you can go to whatsyourfluplan.com, and I can't state this enough. The number one way to prevent yourself from getting the flu is getting that flu shot.
Okay.
Now, how can somebody tell that they have the flu or it's just a cold?
Well, the flu includes fever, fatigue, you're in bed for even like a week, you definitely will miss work, you definitely will miss school. So it's not something to be taken lightly. It can be as serious as putting you in the hospital or even cause death. So the CDC, again, recommends everyone over the age of 6 months to get your flu shot.
Is it too late? Does the flu shot do no good if we already have the flu?
If you've had the flu previously, you can definitely get the flu shot to prevent yourself from getting it again. Who's to say that you can't get it again? And who wants the flu twice in a season? That's horrible.
Yeah.
So you have to get the shot every year then?
Every year. It is recommended every year because the strains change and the vaccines come out to cover the previous year's strains and what's most prevalent.
Can we get the shot during the summer?
Again, the flu season runs up until May, so as early as October is when it's recommended to get your flu shot.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Could you repeat the website that you mentioned earlier?
That's whatsyourfluplan.com.
What's Your Flu Plan? Okay, whatsyourfluplan.com.
And the chances are that if one person in the household has the flu, that it's going to make the rounds through everyone else then.
It is very, very contagious. So start now, protect yourself, protect your family, and you can even potentially save your life.
Kim, thank you for being on the air with us today. Good information, and I've written down the website. We'll include the website when we put this interview up on the internet. Whatsyourfluplan.com. Kim Tran, be safe in New York. When are you going back to Miami?
Actually, tonight.
Tonight?
Nice.
How long have you been up in New York?
I just got here yesterday.
So it's a quick one-nighter. Okay. Kim, thank you for being on the air. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we will take a little break and we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Watch for rough surf and strong rip currents over the next few days at the beaches. Partly sunny and breezy in this Wednesday. There may be a shower in spots along the coast, a high 82 to 86. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, lows in the 60s, inland 72 along the coast. Partial sunshine and breezy Thursday. There can be a shower in spots along the coast, high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
The City of Ocala Department of Recreation and Parks are proud to present the 33rd Annual Light Up Ocala on November 19th. The fun starts on the square in downtown Ocala from 4 to 9 p.m. There will be food vendors, 3 stages of entertainment, Whoville themed kids zone, the downtown holiday skating rink, crafts, the Junior Sunshine Christmas Parade around the downtown square, and then at about 7:30 p.m. the official downtown lighting ceremony. See you at Light Up Ocala.
Ocala veterans will have the opportunity to receive free dental services at Smiles at Heathbrook on Friday, November 11th. Dr. Christopher Bonesteel and team at Oak Ridge Dental Care will be honoring veterans as part of Veterans Free Dentistry Day, a day dedicated to free dental care to veterans without dental insurance. One free extraction or cleaning will be provided per patient between 8 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. For more information, call 352-237-2262 or visit freedentistryday.org. Hey everybody, did you know that there is a black bear sanctuary right here in the Ocala National Forest? While FWC has postponed the bear hunt this year, there are still perils that these magnificent creatures face. Forest Animal Rescue is finishing their state-of-the-art sanctuary on 80 acres in the Ocala National Forest. The last phase of construction is the on-site clinic to help with bear cub rehabilitation and release. Forest Animal Rescue is a 501c3. Your contribution is entirely tax-deductible.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Celebrations on the campaign trail. Hillary Clinton marking her 69th birthday in Florida as she vies for votes against Donald Trump, who's starting the day in Washington.
Celebrating his latest accomplishment, the old post office on Pennsylvania Avenue has been retrofitted with Trump gold and is officially opening today as the Trump International Hotel. Why is this significant? Because Donald Trump likes to use this as an illustration of what he would do should he become president, start running the country, saying that he finished this project a year early and under budget.
Fox's John Roberts, a Marine Corps jet fighter crashing in the Southern California desert.
The twin-engine FA-18C Hornet burned up, but the pilot ejected safely when the jet went down Tuesday evening during a training flight.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers, and a once fugitive police chief in Mexico ordered held on charges of aggravated kidnapping in the disappearance of 43 students. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I need to switch to LEDs. I told Brad some of our LED light bulbs are on sale for less than $2 per bulb.
Ace is a place where you can save money when buying LEDs and save energy and the environment. It's a start.
Head to Ace now through Monday and get a 3-pack of Fight 60-watt LED bulbs for $5.99 with instant savings. That's less than $2 per bulb. Offer valid through October 31st at participating stores. Ace Rewards members save $1 instantly in store. Store stock only. See store for details.
An important message from Medicare.
I found a better deal on prescriptions.
I found a new plan with lower costs.
It's Medicare open enrollment. Have you compared plans yet? Who knows what you might find?
Check out your options at Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
You never know unless you go.
Medicare open enrollment, October 15th through December 7th. Brought to you by the Department of Health and Human Services.
This is Jeopardy!
Here are the categories.
I'll take Mike Scott Plumbing for 1,000, please, Alex.
Answer. Daily double.
I'll wager 5,000.
All right. Here is the clue. PU is the type of this complication.
What is a sewage backup?
Yes, that's right.
It's all fun and games until something happens to you, like a septic system failure or a clogged drain or line, leaving you saying PU. But not to worry, Mike Scott Plumbing is there to get you out of that jeopardy and back on track. And they don't charge extra for nights, weekends, or holidays. From septic pumping to lawn irrigation to high-efficiency water heaters. At Mike Scott Plumbing, if water runs through it, we do it. Stop by one of the newly renovated showrooms in Hernando or Wildwood, or call today, 237-2888. That's 237-2888.
Mike Scott.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
A young woman contemplating having an abortion is told by society that whether she has her baby or not, it is her choice. The House of One in Faith in Ocala wants to give that young woman a place to live in comfort during her trying time, to help her know that God's love is abundant and that He is not ashamed of her in any way. The House of One in Faith is free and confidential. For more information, call 352-687-8895.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Welcome to the Renewal Home Show, bringing you expert advice for home improvements and energy efficiency. And now, here's your host, Jared Mellick.
Hello and welcome back. That is right. It is the Renewal Home Show. Hope you are having a great day today. My name is Jared Mellick, and I'm joined today by Jim Sellers. He's the Director of Sales for Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. How are you today, my friend?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here and talk about some things we can do to improve our homes.
That's right. Today we are talking about curb appeal. We're going to tell you 5 ways to increase the curb appeal at your home. You're not going to want to miss it. Plus, coming up a little bit later on in the show, you're going to find out a special that Renewal by Andersen is offering to all of our listeners. It is phenomenal. You're not going to want to miss it. So please continue to listen to the Renewal Home Show. Okay, so, our home is our castle. It's the place where we go. It's the largest investment that most of us are going to make throughout our lives. And taking care of it is an important thing. Now, Jim, both you and I are general contractors. We've been in construction a long time, and we know about home improvement and we know about construction. Well, today we're going to give our listeners the 5 things that they should do to increase the curb appeal of their home. Now, why is curb appeal important?
Well, one of the things is it just signifies how much pride you take in your home. It kind of caps off all of the hard work that you do. You work so hard to be able to purchase this to kind of fulfill the American dream, and to keep proper curb appeal really just speaks to how much you love and how hard you've worked to achieve that goal.
There's some pride in it. I know that when I pull up to my house and it looks good, I pump up my chest when I pull in the driveway, and I sit there and I'm like, yeah, this is my castle. But yet there's times where I've pulled in my front yard and the curb appeal's not so great, and I'm like, I hope nobody's looking to know that it's me.
Yeah, that's true. If maybe you missed a grass mowing session or some of your plants that should be alive are no longer alive. It really does it's a downer, and it just kind of makes you think, I've got all this work to do to bring it back to what I want it to look like.
So we're talking about curb appeal today on the Renewal Home Show. We're going to give you the 5 things that you should do to increase the curb appeal at your home. First one is painting the house. The paint over time, it just wears out over time. It becomes drab, and a lot of times it just doesn't look so good. So a quick, easy way to make your house look better is to paint it.
Absolutely, and this is something you shouldn't really necessarily skimp on. You should get some of the best paints available out there, and pick colors that are somewhat universal. I think maybe where you're not picking really weird colors, things that go well with your roof color and the color of the landscaping that you're selecting. So you can do it. It's a good bit of work, but it does really pay off with the overall curb appeal of your home.
Another thing that you can do is just plant some flowers. The thing is that with our different seasons here in Florida, there's different flowers that you can plant that bloom at different times of year, and that color around the outside just makes the house look more inviting.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And although I'm not a horticulturalist or any sort of landscape expert, there are, really picking it through the plants that will bloom different times of year, as well as not die or not have to be planted year after year. Those that can just keep on giving back, so you don't have to go through it all next year and the year after, really will make a big difference, and you'll have a seasonal look to your home where it will look good all 4 seasons of the year. Well, sort of 4 seasons in Florida.
I think we have 2, but either way, the seasons that we have here in Florida, what we do at my house is we actually have a specific area. It's up in the front of our driveway. It's an area where we've designed where we're going to change out those plants certain times throughout the year, so that way we make sure that they're blooming, so that way we have nice, fresh, colorful flowers. And then other parts of the landscape, we have it set where some will come in the spring and some will come in the fall, so that way we have color on the house throughout the entire year.
Yeah, that's really important to keep the overall look up, and to as the seasons change and as kids are going back to school and all the types of things that you're going, and people are driving in and out around the holidays, people seeing your home, family coming over to see your home. It's really nice to have a landscape that looks great any time of year.
Next one on the list is painting or replacing your front door.
This is actually huge. People don't know how big a deal this could possibly be. Maybe you have the original door from when the house was built, if it was maybe a track home or a spec home. But if you just add some really nice color to the door, it will really make it kind of set off from the rest of the house. It'll make it snap, as they say in the industry. I don't say it too often, but it will make a big difference, and it does highlight some of the things, and it really highlights that door and draws attention to a really important part of the home, which is the front door, which is inviting people in. It really makes a difference when you pick a really great color for your front door.
Now, the next one on the list is replacing the windows, and it might not be one that people would typically think of when they think of curb appeal, but actually the windows are aesthetically a big look of the part of the front of the house.
Absolutely. I'm a window guy, of course, so I love this particular idea of replacing your windows. Very often, people only think of windows in terms of energy efficiency and just practical, ventilation or airflow, those type of things. But, the right window really looks amazing if you replace it and the job is done well and it looks great, as well as add all the other benefits of not only looking so wonderful, but also energy efficiency, sound deadening, and just the overall look and efficiency of your home.
So when it comes to windows, because this is your specialty, it's Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. Well, tell us, who is that? Who is Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida?
Well, Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida is a branch of Renewal by Andersen, the national company. And Renewal by Andersen is a division of Andersen. Andersen is, of course, the best known window and door manufacturer in the country. They make the best windows and doors. They've always been an innovator. And with Renewal by Andersen, they set out to create the best window replacement company in the world, really. They wanted to come up with a different product, something that looked great, but also had all the efficiency and low maintenance of a less appealing window, maybe like a vinyl window or an aluminum window.
And so Renewal by Andersen is the window replacement division of Andersen Corporation.
That's it, exactly. They set out, and that's what really I get excited about it, because when you think of how good and how excellent Andersen is as a corporation, they were determined to make it. So we are Andersen here in Central Florida, delivering all the excellence that Andersen requires. We are the manufacturer, we are the distributor, we are the sales, we are the installation, we are the labor, we are the service. We do everything start to finish, and you can feel confident knowing that Renewal by Andersen and Andersen Corporate, for that matter, are there standing behind the work as well as the product done on the window replacement.
Now, why should somebody think about replacing their windows?
Well, in Florida, if you step outside right now, you will know that it is hot. And if you step outside 3 months from now, it will still be hot. So it is hot. And really, one of the biggest reasons that people think about replacing their window is energy efficiency. We're talking about curb appeal now, but I can't stay away from energy efficiency because it's so important. It costs more and more money every year to run our air conditionings, to try to keep this cool air that we're working so hard to create in our house. And, if you have an older, inefficient window, like an aluminum single glazed window or a vinyl window where the seals have failed or something like that, you're trying to cool the outside, which is pretty difficult. You don't really realize it, but without a good, efficient window, you are just letting the cool air out and the warm air in.
Now, we sincerely appreciate our listeners and home improvement enthusiasts, so we're going to make a special right now to listeners only. You will not find this offer on our website or even on Google. This is a radio-only offer just for the first 7 callers. You're going to receive 30% off the windows of Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. And it's not just the windows, it's also the installation, it's everything. It's the total package of window replacement. But you have to be quick because they're only the first 7 callers are going to get this offer. The number to dial is 888-713-7210. Again, that's 888-713-7210. Now, if you call now, you can even delay the start of your project for 6 months. That is a super offer. The number's 888-713-7210. Now, some of our listeners are ready to get going on their window project, and some are really just beginning the process. Either way, you get the deal of the 30% off the windows and installation, but you have to call now. Number is 888-713-7210. So the process that people go through when they call Renewal by Andersen, how does it work?
Well, you just call the number that Jared just gave, and we will have an expert consultant come out. They'll come out and they'll listen to your ideas and the parts of the project that are really important to you. You may be one person may be more interested in how the windows look. The other person may be more interested in energy efficiency. Another person might want a new idea on what to do with a particular opening in the home. How can they make it look different? How can they make it look more appealing? And so we have expert consultants, and they'll come out to your house and give you all the ideas, and they'll be able to give you an estimate right then, right there, and that price will be good for a year. And then you, of course, get this great offer as well.
So they're going to give you a price. The price is good for 1 year. So even if you don't do it then, you can actually, anytime throughout that year, that price will be good for.
That's absolutely correct. So a lot of people, they want, the time to make a decision, the time to think about it, and to look at the design issues that they may be confronted with. And so it's really good to be able to offer that.
Now, we're talking curb appeal today. Why is a Renewal by Andersen window better than the rest?
Well, the biggest thing is, like I said, Renewal by Andersen is a branch of Andersen, and what they did is they have created this window that has all the look and feel of a painted wood window, but with the low maintenance and high energy efficiency of a vinyl window. So what they did is actually many years ago, they saw all the wood they were wasting in their wood window division, just throwing it away, and they came up with a composite material called Fibrex. Fibrex is the key component in this, as well as the superior glass that they use. But the Fibrex is stronger, more durable, and has the look of a painted wood window. And so you don't have that plasticky look of vinyl or the commercial-ish look of aluminum, and you really get a great product. And you don't have to worry about wood rotting in Florida and having seal failure because the wood is shifting and twisting and warping in the different weather conditions that we have.
Now, let's talk about seal failure for a second, because you just mentioned it. A lot of times, you drive up to a house here in Florida, you look at the window, you can't even see in it. It seems like there's this darkness or haze over the window. What is that?
Well, what happened there is they switched from a single pane of glass to 2 panes of glass, and in between those 2 panes of glass, you have to keep moisture and temperature changes out. And so what happens when you've seen what we call seal failure is the seal around the window between those 2 pieces of glass has failed, and it's allowing moisture to get in. And when you're air conditioning the outside and the inside, and the outside is hot, you're creating condensation in there. I've seen standing water inside those just from the condensation over the years.
So what causes the seal failure?
Well, a couple of things. One is a poorly made laminated or insulated glass. You have the 2 pieces of glass, and if it's not built just to the highest specifications and tolerances, then that seal is not going to do well. There's type of glazing that don't work well in Florida. Glazings like boot glazings, they don't work very well in Florida. Another thing is the vinyl frame of a window, if it is vinyl, may not be strong enough to support the weight of the glass. So as you operate it or move it in and out or up and down, they start to twist or buckle, and that glass will fail and it'll start to twist. And so you'll just get that seal failed in there, and all this stuff starts to happen.
So why does the Renewal by Andersen window not have that same issue?
Well, one of the biggest things is just the absolute high standards that Andersen has and that Renewal by Andersen has. They have the best glass available, and they actually build the glass in an argon chamber. So there's no pumping gas in or no pumping this inert argon gas in, which is a key component in the insulation. It is actually built inside a chamber, and then it's sealed inside that chamber, so there's never a penetration, there's never that potential leak happening. And then it's put inside this incredible product called Fibrex, where it is strong enough and it is durable enough, as well as good looking enough, but it holds that glass. It's got plenty of strength and durability to make sure that the glass itself doesn't shift inside the frame and cause it to fail. So it is the lowest rate of seal failure that I've ever heard of.
Now, if you are thinking about replacing your windows, there's one company to use. It's Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. If you want the Fibrex Renewal by Andersen window, you go direct to Renewal by Andersen through Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. And we're having a special for the first 7 callers who call today, and it's 30% off the windows and installation. But you have to be quick. The number to dial is 888-713-7210. Again, that's 888-713-7210. If you call now, you can even delay the start of the project for 6 months. It is a super offer, 888-713-7210. Now, some of you guys are ready to replace your window right now. Others, you want to wait till later on. That's okay. You can still get the special by dialing 888-713-7210. You can also visit the website renewalbyandersen.com. When we see windows here, a lot of times we just see, a regular single glaze, single hung window. But Renewal by Andersen, you guys make a lot of different styles.
That's right. That's one thing dealing really with curb appeal is you can change the style of window from something not very exciting, perhaps like a single hung window. You could go to a double hung, which is really could improve the ventilation in your home. You could go to a glider. If you have a really big opening, a gliding window is absolutely beautiful because it allows large glass in the middle so you can see out. So if you have something you want to overlook, a lake, a beautiful backyard, the woods, whatever it may be, you could go with one of these big gliders and it would allow you to do that. And then traditionally, my favorite window has been a casement window. You don't see them too much in Florida anymore, but it's the kind that crank out as well. These are also good in large openings. They allow for a lot of versatility. And then, of course, they're just many varieties of specialty windows, circle top windows, round windows, hex or pentagon windows. There's just a lot of options that you could choose from.
Now, so many people don't open their windows because they're hard to open or difficult to open. Now, you had said something. You had said a gliding window. I've always heard it as a sliding window, but Renewal by Andersen makes it gliding. And I got to say, the first time that I went over and tried to use it, I can see why they call it a gliding instead of a sliding. Man, it just opens so easily.
It absolutely does. Traditionally, the sliding windows have sort of had a little bit of a negative connotation to them because they do get hard to operate over the years. But with the style and the design and the engineering that Renewal by Andersen has come up with, it does absolutely glide. It is very simple and very easy to operate. You can get excellent ventilation along with that great view that I was talking about. Just a really great option for many different openings in the home, and it absolutely operates like butter.
Now, what about the warranty? We talk here a lot about warranties at this show and the importance of making sure that a product is installed properly. What kind of warranty does Renewal by Andersen put on their windows?
Well, Renewal by Andersen warranty is really second to none. It has a 20-year warranty on the glass, so if any sort of issue with that. It also has 20 years on the Fibrex, on the actual material that the frame is built in. It has 10 years on all the hardware, but one thing that Renewal by Andersen does that nobody else does is that they warranty the installation for 2 years, and then that's corporate, and then Central Florida, Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida, will warranty the installation as long as you own the home.
So, and the thing is about the installation versus the window, so many times when you're dealing with other manufacturers, there's the manufacturer, and then there's the local distributor, and then there's the local installer. And so if something goes wrong, a lot of times they're pointing fingers at the other one saying, oh, it's not the installation, it's how it's made, or it's not how it's made, it's how it was shipped. Or it's all of that. And with Renewal by Andersen, there's just one place that's responsible. It's Renewal by Andersen.
That's it, exactly. So you definitely get that finger pointing a lot. Even some of the big box stores or some of the smaller local companies, what you have is they order the window from somebody else, then they hire some subcontractor to install it, and nobody takes the responsibility for if there is a potential issue. But with Renewal by Andersen, we absolutely own it all. We own the manufacturing, the distribution, the sales, the installation. It is probably the best feature about dealing with Renewal by Andersen is that we are the only ones that you ever have to ask a question to. You don't have to go hunt down a subcontractor or a distributor or a shipping company because we will do it. We will do it right, but if there was some sort of error made, we are the ones that you call and ask, and we are the ones that will make it right.
In Renewal by Andersen, the replacement window division of Andersen Corporation has been around a long time, but Andersen itself in business over 100 years.
That's right, 113 years they've been around, and they have been innovators the entire way when it comes to windows and doors in the home improvement industry. They've just done an incredible job, and so you have 113 years of history and 113 years of integrity backing up the products that you purchase with Renewal by Andersen.
Now, you can have the best product in the world, but if it's put in the hands of a butcher who doesn't know what they're doing, then the product just isn't very good. What are some of the things that Renewal by Andersen does to make sure that the installation is done well?
Well, the biggest thing we do is train our installers. We have installers, and they are trained to the highest standards. First of all, we hire the best people, and then we train them to the highest standards. And then we also have a quality control guy that goes out and makes sure everything is done correctly. One of the things that I guess it doesn't directly relate to the installation, but one thing that we do is we protect your property. We really care about a homeowner's property, because as we said, people work really hard and it's one of the biggest investments they're ever going to make. So we work really hard to make sure that your inside and outside of the property is protected during installation. And then we do the absolute best job that can be done for the installation.
Yeah, curb appeal is what we're talking about today. And so curb appeal matters. So if you do all those other things that we talked about to make the curb appeal nice on the house, and then you have your windows replaced and the installation company comes in and tears up all your landscaping, then that curb appeal has gone out the door.
That's right. And just a whole new list of projects at that point. Well, with Renewal by Andersen, you don't have to worry about that. We are absolutely going to take care of your property. It's really important to us, and we're going to do the best job possible.
So to go over 5 ways to increase curb appeal: 1, paint the house; 2, plant some flowers; 3, paint or replace the front door; 4, replace the windows; and the 5th one, cut back those trees and shrubs. Trimmed trees make the outside of the house just look nicer. 1, because your home is your castle, and also increasing curb appeal increases the value of the home. As we said earlier, your house is a lot of times the largest purchase that people are going to make. So you want to take care of it and make sure that the maintenance and curb appeal is done right. And again, we have an offer today for all of our listeners. If you're thinking about doing the replacing the windows as one of these curb appeal projects, then we want you to call Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida. And there is a special that they are having just for our listeners. And it's 30% off your windows and installation, but you have to be fast. The number to dial is 888-713-7210. Again, 888-713-7210. Now, we know that some of you are ready to replace your windows today, and that's okay. Go ahead and call that number, 888-713-7210. But others of you, you're just starting the process. Maybe you're just hearing the show for the first time, and you're like, wow, I didn't even think about replacing my windows. I can't necessarily do it right now, but maybe 3 months from now, maybe 6 months from now. Well, Renewal by Andersen, they're going to give you a price that's good for a year, and you can use this special, the 30% off, you can use for up to 6 months. All you have to do is call right now, 888-713-7210. Again, 888-713-7210. Now, Renewal by Andersen has the best solutions for Florida homeowners. We're going to come out and work with you and discover what is perfect for your situation. And so you can also check out the website. It's renewalbyandersen.com. Well, this show, Renewal by Andersen, the Renewal Home Show, we have come to the end of this segment. Jim, thanks so much for spending this time with us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great.
And you, our great Florida listener, continue to listen to the Renewal Home Show. Thanks for listening. Take care. God bless.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The Pentagon halting efforts to get repayment of thousands of enlistment bonuses and tuition assistance mistakenly paid to members of the California National Guard. Defense Secretary Ash Carter ordering the suspension, saying while some soldiers knew or should have known they were ineligible for benefits they were claiming, many did not, and the system needs to be reviewed. Donald Trump has a slight edge over Hillary Clinton in the swing state Florida, according to a new poll.
According to Bloomberg, Donald Trump up by 2 points, 45-43 in that four-way race.
Fox's Bill Hemmer. Chelsea Clinton in Ohio telling supporters this campaign is about renouncing Trump.
It's also about affirmatively supporting a candidate who has been making a positive difference in people's lives.
Hillary Clinton, who turned 69 today, campaigning in Florida. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I need to switch to LEDs. I told Brad some of our LED light bulbs are on sale for less than $2 per bulb.
Ace is a place where you can save money when buying LEDs and save energy and the environment. It's a start.
Head to Ace now through Monday and get a 3-pack of Fight 60-watt LED bulbs for $5.99 with instant savings. Less than $2 per bulb. Offer valid through October 31st at participating stores. Ace Rewards members save $1 instantly in store. Store stock only. See store for details.
An important message from Medicare.
I found a better deal on prescriptions.
I found a new plan with lower costs.
It's Medicare Open Enrollment. Have you compared plans yet? Who knows what you might find?
Check out your options at Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
You never know unless you go.
Medicare Open Enrollment, October 15th through December 7th. Brought to you by the Department of Health and Human Services.
Radio.
It's time for Farm and Range headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The National Ag Statistics Service of USDA reports now that the peanut harvest was 67% complete as early as Monday. That compares to 61% on the 5-year average. In the tri-state area, Georgia's showing 83% of the crop has been dug. Normally they're at 77%. Peanuts harvested 70%, and 5-year average is 60%. They say peanuts are slightly lower yielding this year. The harvest in Alabama, 86% complete. Normally they're at 61%. They said soil moisture is 58% short, 20% very short, and 22% adequate. Very dry, and farmers are scrambling to find sources of water. Peanut harvest is almost complete, but the dry weather has really hampered the harvest. Florida's at 89% complete. Normally they're at 79%. Several counties in the Panhandle said the extreme dry conditions, but they're trying to get out the last of the peanuts.
The countdown has begun once again for beef and dairy producers to become Beef Quality Assurance Certified for free online through November 13th. And as an added bonus, anyone who becomes certified during this period is eligible to win a prize package courtesy of Bear Ringer Ingelheim Vetmedica Incorporated and the BQA program. Anyone who works with cattle, whether it's beef or dairy, is encouraged to complete BQA training through November 13th. Visit BQA.org to take advantage of the open certification period. Funded in part by the Beef Checkoff.
Attention cattle producers in North Florida and the tri-state wiregrass region. Mark the date for midday Thursday, November 3rd, and plan to get your cattle production questions answered by the experts at a special event to be held at Blackwater Cattle Company in Lake Park, Georgia. It's the Not in the Book 2 program, hosted by North Florida Cattlemen's Association and the Wiregrass Cattlemen's Association of Georgia. Thursday, November 3rd, Blackwater Cattle Company, Lake Park, Georgia. And with the big Blackwater sale a week later, the cattle to be offered will also be on display.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Tish is the lady who is one of the sales ladies here. And she was out for a little while because she had some knee surgery, right? And she's been in rehab and all that. So we're going to learn a little bit about how to keep our knees healthy. And we're going to learn it from Dr. Vinod Desai. I hope I said his name right. He's an orthopedic surgeon on the phone to talk to us about the effects of osteoarthritis. I don't know if that's what Tish went through, but I know that she's doing a lot better than she was doing, right?
Yes, a whole lot better.
Good morning, doctor. Thank you for being on the air with us today.
Morning, thanks.
Yeah, we have a lady here who we all know and love, and she was out for a little while because she had some severe knee pain. And then I guess she had some surgery. I don't know the details, but I know I saw her yesterday, and I think the day before. Mm-hmm. So she's back, and I don't know if it is arthritis. Is that the typical knee problem? Is osteoarthritis?
Yeah, so, arthritis is pretty common. Over 20 million Americans develop arthritis, and we know that it's linked with obesity and medical problems like diabetes and gout and things like that. And so it's a very common problem, especially as we get the baby boomers getting older that want to stay more active and they don't want the pain to slow them down. It's going to become a much bigger problem as we move forward.
Okay. Do the supplements that we hear infomercials on, because, I mean, infomercials might be leading us in the right direction, or maybe they're not. You never know with an infomercial. But sometimes you'll hear about products that are supplements. How are we doing with that? I mean, should we pay attention to some and not others? What's the real story?
Yeah. So, the problem with the supplements and everything that you see in the marketing is there's very poor rigorous studying around the supplements. So the one that's actually probably has the most amount of information is glucosamine chondroitin. And of the two, chondroitin actually has the most amount of research. And so at the basic science level, actually chondroitin has been shown to decrease inflammation and actually help protect the cartilage cells. So in terms of basic science, actually glucosamine chondroitin is actually one of the most studied supplements out there and a reasonable option. And again, when it comes to the products in this space, and my rule of thumb for my patients is if it's not going to hurt you and it can potentially help you and you're willing to spend the money, that's fine. But don't expect it to work any wonders. Right? Compared to what most patients are used to, like injections that work very well.
Well, yeah, but for the most of us, we just want to hear what is the best thing from somebody we trust, and maybe that's why I wanted to ask you, because you're obviously a doctor in this field. Can I ask you? There was a story in the news, I think it was yesterday, about doctors taking cartilage from the nose and using it to repair the knee. Have you heard about this one?
Yeah, so, everyone's looking to figure out how do we regrow cartilage in the knee and in the hip and everywhere else, and the knee is the biggest target. The problem we have is it's not only enough to just regrow the cartilage. If your knee is crooked, most of us, our knees are a little bow-legged or knock-kneed. So just because we can replace cartilage in one particular area of the knee, oftentimes we actually have to try to make the knee straight because most of us, our alignment is a little off. And so just replacing the cartilage doesn't help long run. It can help in the short run, but long term, the odds are that the cartilage potentially can wear out again if we don't change the alignment, if you're crooked, if you will.
So is that what happens when a person has to have a hip replacement surgery, that you have to make sure not only the hip is treated but the knee also?
That's right. So, one of the challenges when we do knee replacement surgery is making the knee straight again. And that's one of the key technical challenges when doing a knee replacement. Because if we keep the knee a little knock-kneed or a little bow-legged, what happens is then the metal and plastic wear out unevenly. So we want to get the knee straight again, whether it's the hip, shoulder. We have to make sure that we do a good job doing the surgery. But the key, though, I think a lot of listeners want to know is how do we even prevent this from happening? Right? And so how do I even avoid a knee replacement to begin with?
Right.
And so, for a lot of your listeners, the couple main things is, number one, you want to keep the weight off. We know there's a big link between obesity and moving on to knee arthritis. You want to keep the knee strong, so you want to keep your quad muscles and your hamstring muscles, your thigh muscles nice and strong, and you want to stay fit and you want to stay active, right? And so you want to keep the weight off.
To get the weight off, yeah.
And assuming you do all that stuff and you start developing a little bit of arthritis, the first steps that most patients take, and oftentimes they'll do it on their own, is start taking anti-inflammatory medicines like Advil, Aleve, Tylenol, the list goes on. And then some patients will try knee sleeves or knee braces, and a lot of times that helps a lot of folks. You want to wear good cushion shoes, sneakers, and things like that to absorb the shock. And then when all of that stuff doesn't work, you try to lose the weight, stay active, stay strong. That's when a lot of patients will come to my office and start asking me, what's the next step? I've tried all this.
Athletes,
help me now.
Athletes look very healthy, especially the runners. Are they, in danger of getting osteoarthritis too?
So actually, it's a little counterintuitive. The marathon runners actually do a good job of keeping away the osteoarthritis because they're so healthy. They're so slim, they're so strong that actually they're the ones that are actually protecting their knees, believe it or not, despite, all the pounding and running that they do. It's the patients that, are obese and less active. They may have had an injury when they were younger playing athletics, maybe a twisting injury toward their meniscus or had a ligament damage. And all those things are risk factors for leading to arthritis. And so eventually, though, when they come see us and they've tried all this stuff, their next question is, what do we do? And so typically the next step would be injections, especially for patients with early arthritis. Mild to moderate arthritis, injections work really well. And the injection that I like to start off with is something called hyaluronic acid. It's like a gel for your knee. And one of the more new ones that just came to market that has a lot of promise is something called Gelson, which is developed by Bioventus, who are here on behalf of today. And the reason I like these injections is there's a lot of good basic science that actually shows that it can actually help protect the cartilage and actually help preserve potentially the life of the knee. We just published a research study earlier this year looking at the impact of these injections on time to knee replacement. And what we found is, depending on how many of these injections you get, you can actually delay knee replacement out to over 3.5 years. So a lot of patients...
oh, really?
Obviously, you want to try to delay it as long as we can. When those don't work and the arthritis starts becoming more severe, then I start using the more common things that most of your listeners have probably heard of, which would be this cortisone or steroid injection.
Right.
The reason I don't like using those early is the basic science data shows us that the cartilage, the cortisone injections can actually damage the cartilage cells. They can actually kill off some of the cartilage cells. So I'd like to reserve those kind of later on in the treatment algorithm. And then there's some new things like aloe vera, where it can actually free some of the nerves around the knee to block the pain. And then ultimately, when things get bad enough and the arthritis gets worse, then we start talking about the more serious things like knee replacement.
Okay. The person who is most interested is probably the person who either has a knee problem right now or cares about somebody who does have a knee problem. So obviously with a short interview, we're left with asking for websites or books or other advice. Where would you direct us to go?
Sure, no problem. So a couple great resources. Number one, the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, and that website is orthoinfo.org.
Okay.
And the second one is the American College of Rheumatology, and that website is rheumatology.org. Two great resources for your listeners.
Okay, really good stuff. And the other products that you mentioned in the course of this would probably be mentioned there, or at least be brought up by our doctors, correct?
That's right. Yep. Talk to your doctor. Again, hyaluronic acid injections, I think, are a really good choice for patients with early arthritis.
All right. Dr. Vinod Desai, thank you so much for being on the air with us today and giving us some great information.
Great. Thanks.
All right. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Watch for rough surf and strong rip currents over the next few days at the beaches. Partly sunny and breezy in this Wednesday. There may be a shower in spots along the coast, a high 82 to 86. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, lows in the 60s, inland 72 along the coast. Partial sunshine and breezy Thursday. There can be a shower in spots along the coast, high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around: death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft, Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
The secret to longevity, it may just come down to these two words: eat less. Realtor Magazine says this is a hot trend. Urinals are going from train stations, ballparks, and public restrooms right into the home. So what makes people stay madly in love? The study found that couples who use good communication skills are more likely to remain deeply in love because they know they're both on the same page.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Voice of South Marion reminds us that early detection is vital. Breast cancer is the most common cancer in women in the United States. According to statistics, 232,670 women and 2,360 men will be diagnosed with breast cancer in the United States in 2015. Learn as much as you can and support cancer research. Message brought to you by the caring folks at the Voice of South Marion.
right, 60 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad Anthony's live today, but I'm disappointed he's not in the studio.
Yes, how are y'all?
Hey, you looking good. I was looking at you. You posted a photo of yourself. Gosh, you're looking really good. You lost weight or something.
I have been trying to lose a little bit of weight, but I mean, it's just we've been working so much. The area is getting busier and busier at odd times. Like historically, October's a pretty busy month, but it's just been busier. So when it's been busier, now I actually have to jump in and work a whole lot more.
Have I seen you since we watched you on video doing the Pledge of Allegiance in front of 10,000 people?
No, I think were you in New York that weekend or that week?
No, I was back from New York, but we were in Daytona that day.
That's right. That's right.
Because I'm a traveling man, know what I mean?
Yes, you are.
Nah, but we were so proud of you. I didn't know you were doing that, and when I saw that, I said, "Oh my gosh, isn't that awesome?" And
that was a surprise.
And I love the way you said, "Okay, everybody's going to say it together." It was just wonderful. I just love the way you did it.
Yes, I couldn't say anything, really to anybody. I couldn't say anything to anybody, but it was just awesome. I had to go through so many different security checks and, Secret Service and all that stuff like that. So I couldn't say anything until like that, but
That is cool.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
I mean, considering what you just went through with the run for the office for the county commission, a boost like that, so you have 10,000 people who may not have heard of you, because it's hard to get the word out, but now they've seen you, they know who you are. So gosh, hopefully you'll run again one day. Hopefully you don't get discouraged completely. Yeah, I know it takes a long time for the next campaign season to come around, and you might be sick of it by now, but anyway, it was just cool to see.
Well, no, it was good, and no, it helped me, go ahead and look for that next option. But it was really cool to be able to do that, and I didn't know it was all over. It was over Fox. It was all over the U.S. So it was pretty cool.
You keep that clip where the guy says a rising star, Anthony James.
Yes.
I said, oh my gosh, you're late to the game, but at least you're saying it. Yeah.
Yes. I tell you, it was really cool. Just being able to do that, and to honestly, the biggest part was being in with all of the congressmen and the senators and all that, being in that holding room with them. It was kind of surreal, because it was like, okay, this is what you were born to do. So
there you go. I like
really
that.
Funny. But also, the funny part was, the cool part was not even knowing, but seeing Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah.
I bet. He's
my gosh.
hero.
Yeah, that must have been awesome.
Yes, that was an awesome
Did
thing.
you get to speak to him at all?
No, I did not get to speak to him. I did not even get to even speak to Mr. Trump, because he didn't get there on time anyway. So
I think that's his plan. He never gets any place on time, right?
Yes.
but that was so cool. 2 weeks from today, we're going to be talking about yesterday, and we're going to know who is the next president of the United States. And gosh, what a campaign season this has been.
It is fabulous.
It has, and I tell you, it's been crazy. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm tired of the Facebook posts. I just want it to be over and done, and let's just move forward.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll have to accept, of course, whatever the people vote for, and life will go on. But the one thing I think you could bring to the campaign, in addition to your profound thoughts and great ideas, is just a sense of how to get from point A to point B, because you've got this understanding of how to move around.
Oh, certainly.
Using the and I learned something when I went to New York. I knew the word Uber, but I never actually participated in it. So now I'm a seasoned Uber guy. I've had 4 Uber rides now in my life.
Well, let me ask you a question. Did you get to the Jekyll and Hyde's place?
No, we didn't do that.
Okay.
I don't think we went to any fancy restaurants. We went to a custard stand and a pizza place.
Shake Shack.
That's what I mean. The custard, Shake Shack was. But
did you get a hot dog? Did you get a hot dog from a street vendor?
I don't think I did. I don't think
Ooh,
so.
I did when I was up.
I know everybody says to do that, but I mean, I've had hot dogs all my life.
That's right.
I wanted to get a, what do you call it, knish. I didn't get that either.
Oh.
But I had, oh my gosh, it was such a great time. You know, the biggest thing, and I know you're a family man, so you can relate to this. It was just being with my son. It was just awesome. I never get to do that. It was just so cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's the awesome part of it, just being with family and being in somewhere different and just seeing everything and being with family. That's the fun part of being away and being on vacation.
Do you know what I want to do, though? Because New York is like a hometown for me. So it was like I was walking my old steps and I was blabbering and I was talking to Alex, telling him all these memories. I want to go someplace I've never really toured before and see. I want to see something through the eyes of a real tourist.
Have you been to Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but not the
Savannah?
city. No, I haven't been to the city of Washington D.C. I've been to like the
mall.
Yeah, the political stuff, the White House and the
Smithsonian. And
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been to the city. Have you?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I've lived there. I mean, it was. You're talking about Embassy Road. You're talking about Adams Morgan. You're talking about so many. Like, if you've seen The Exorcist, like you can go to Georgetown and see the steps where that shot was shot right there.
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay.
But going down Embassy Road, that's where all of the countries, their diplomats, their houses and everything are right there. Going down Embassy Road is really, really, really cool.
Really? So see, that's a city. It's kind of a mystery to me, that city, because everything I've seen there is in that one little area called the Mall, or whatever they call it. Right? That's all. That's all I've ever seen.
Well, you got the monument and all those things, but
I've never seen Miami. I mean, we went to South Beach. Is that what it's called?
Yes, South
that's
Beach.
it. That's all I've ever really seen of Miami.
Video.
Except for the inside of a hotel room.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? South Beach is really the only thing I really wanted to see, I think, in Miami.
Oh, really? Isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't there other stuff there? I mean, that's the thing. When you say, what do you see when you go to places? It just doesn't matter to me. I just like seeing the place. I like seeing where the water is. I always like the water areas. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's awesome. And just like in D.C., you got D.C., you have, Baltimore is only about a 30-minute drive from the D.C. area.
And I played a school. I played a school in Baltimore when I was, much younger. But that's it. All I remember was the school. I think it was called. I think it was called Notre Dame, but it's not the famous Notre Dame.
Oh,
something. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think there was a Notre Dame there. A school for girls.
Oh,
yeah. Well, you know, when you're a young guy with a guitar, schools for girls will hire you to play. If you're an old guy with an accordion, nobody wants you.
All right, so I'm going to go buy a guitar tonight then.
So you had brought up Savannah earlier, Anthony.
Oh, Savannah, yeah. Tell me about Savannah.
Beautiful history. It's historical, just like, Savannah is historical. Richmond, where I'm from, Richmond. You have to go to Richmond.
Yeah, I've never seen Richmond. I don't know Richmond at all.
Tredegar Iron Works. That's the capital of the Confederacy. You have so much stuff in Richmond. The James River. That was a huge port for ammunition and all that stuff back in the day. You have where Edgar Allan Poe died. Where he's buried at. You have the place where Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty, give me death." That church. You have all of that stuff right in the city.
Really?
Yeah. Richmond is a great place to take a tour of because it's history. I like places that have history. You can actually touch the bricks. Go down to Jamestown, Williamsburg, all of that stuff.
Well, let me tell you my New York history story. I was a bad history student in school. But when I was good, it was because the teacher somehow told a story that incorporated the history. And so when I'm in New York, I said to my son, Alex, I said, I was not that good at history, but I have a vague, distant memory of a teacher, Mr. Lawrence was his name, telling the story about George Washington getting drunk on at his retirement party. And it was at a bar down in the lower part of Manhattan. And I think it's called France or something like that. And so anyway, he looked it up on his phone. Everything's on the phone. And we found it. We walked to it, and we walked right into it. It was very cool. It was the bar that George Washington got drunk in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That is cool.
Yeah, I don't know if he would appreciate the fact that we knew he got drunk, but
Well, You gotta have fun.
Too late now.
Yeah.
Too late now, yeah. But anyways,
those places are just cool. Those places are just really cool to go see.
And in today's news, we have this house that Ma Barker got shot in, being floated across Lake Weir. Is that what it's been?
Yes, Lake Weir.
Yeah. Did you see that story?
I saw that story. Yes.
They're floating a house across the water.
Brian.
Oh my goodness, that's just unreal.
Yeah,
Can you imagine if it sinks? Can you imagine if the house sinks?
Oh my gosh.
That would be horrible. George Albright will have a heart attack.
Photo up.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, so that'll be a tourist attraction, but I don't know. It's somebody who did bad things. I don't know if I want to see that house.
No. I mean, they murdered people. But Anthony, you've traveled all over the place, especially for conferences. And when you go to different cities for your conferences, are you able to have some downtime where you can explore some of the areas?
Yes, I do. I've been to, like when I went to New Orleans, going to the districts and where they have tours set up now to where you can go and find out where Katrina hit and all those different types of things.
Oh.
Yeah, you have all those different types of places that you can go. Right here in the southeast, you got places in Georgia, you have places in Mississippi, you have places in South Carolina, North Carolina, where you can actually go and just look at history. Charleston, for example, in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. It's just a place you could drive from Ocala. Now, I might drive a little bit fast, but from Ocala to the South Carolina border is exactly about 4 hours.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, probably take me 5 or 6, right?
Yeah.
Plus,
Anthony doesn't do the speed limit, though. We found out.
How do you know? How'd you find out?
He told us.
Oh, he told us.
Yeah, I have to just go. I have to drive. I can't. I just go.
Yeah, he just.
Well, when they come to us for recordings, when you're running for office next time, they say which radio host interviewed Anthony. We won't release that recording.
No.
There you go. I appreciate that.
Because that'll be a skeleton in your closet. You don't want that.
Are you going to have anything at your hotel for the guests for Halloween?
We usually have, because of the apartment complex behind us, we usually have some bowls of candy here for the kids that come out through, and plus, for the guests that come in, we'll have some candy at the desk for them.
What's your favorite?
Nice.
What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, the miniature Snickers.
Ooh. Are you going to be dressed up as anybody in particular?
Yes,
I'm not. I'm going to let my staff do that. I'm going to let my front desk do that. I'm going to be comfortable man. That's what I'm going to come as, comfortable man.
Well, I'm glad you're doing the show. And again, I just wanted to let you know that we were very proud when we saw you on that video. We talked about it all morning long, and you probably didn't hear us, but we were so proud of you. So, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what happens next for you. You're just a man rising.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, if anybody's looking for anything to do this weekend here in Ocala, we're doing Do you know? Are you all familiar with the Funks? Dory Funk.
Dory Funk, yeah, I know him.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're doing is there's going to be some wrestling matches here. It's going to be all donation. It's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
We're going to be doing things to, all the proceeds for Friday night will go to the Humane Society.
Oh, wow,
all the proceeds on Saturday night will go to the Special Olympics.
Oh, nice.
And then on Sunday, both of those shows start at 7 o'clock. So you just come to the soundstage, and it's whatever type of donation that you want to give, and you get right in, and you'll see the show.
Oh, my God.
And then on Sunday, the doors open at 5, the match starts at 6. We're doing a one with Rondo, Mojo Grill, for the Feed the Need. So all the proceeds that we get are going to go through these charities, and I'm going to be announcing all 3 days.
Wow. Gosh, I wish we had started talking about that earlier. We're so close to the end now. Yeah, definitely. We'll do we have something in writing, Robin, about all those things? The Dory Funk?
I will shoot you over an email.
Get it.
Yeah, if you can send us something, we'll continue to mention it.
Okay, sure. I will send it on an email right now.
Okay. All right. And, of course, if you want to have a staycation or recommend a great place to stay for somebody visiting you here in our area, you might want to consider Homewood Suites by Hilton at Heathbrook with Anthony James as the the head guy over there, general manager, whatever you are. You're the big.
Yeah.
You're the big boss. Anthony, thank you for all you do.
Thank you all. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you all soon.
All right, thanks, Anthony. We will be right back. Fun with Joe up next.
Here are today's headlines from The Source. WOCA Florida is acquiring 11,000 acres near Tallahassee as part of the largest conservation land purchase made by the state in a decade. Governor Rick Scott and members of the cabinet yesterday agreed to spend $16 million to buy land that is located in Leon and Jefferson County. Environmental groups backed the deal because it includes 10 springs and land along the St. Marks River. They also praised the purchase because the property is a major wildlife corridor that connects land stretching from the Gulf of Mexico to property just a few miles from the capital. The state is buying the property from a Utah company affiliated with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The fertilizer firm that spilled more than 200 million gallons of radioactive wastewater into the aquifer has agreed to clean up the mess and make sure it never happens again. John Steverson of the Florida Department of Environmental Protection says that's just one part of the consent order signed by the Mosaic company, saying, quote, Mosaic must implement a corrective action and grouting plan to permanently seal sinkhole and verify the long-term effectiveness of the repair work. He went on to say this is very important because we want to make sure that this never happens again, unquote. Mosaic has to put up $40 million for remediation, and the consent order is not limited to the spill in New Wales. It also applies to Mosaic facilities in Bartow, Plant City, and Riverview. The Florida Lottery is warning citizens of an advance fee lottery scam involving its Mega Millions game. The lottery department says the scammers invoke fake notices from the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation to the public, claiming would-be victims have won prizes. According to lottery officials, the notice advises individuals that they have won a Mega Millions prize and requests that they wire transfer thousands of dollars to the scammer in order to secure their winnings. In further efforts to appear legitimate, officials say the documentation sent to the victims includes memorandum/stationery from the FBI and the FDIC that serves as letters of authentication. In a recent scam, a photo claiming to show 3 FBI agents was sent in an attempt to further prove its validity. Florida Lottery players will never be required to transfer funds to secure their winnings for Mega Millions or any other Florida Lottery game. For more information and to find other tips to protect yourself, you are encouraged to visit FloridaLottery.com. The Star Banner is reporting that a group of protesters gathered yesterday outside the Marion County School Board during their meeting to demonstrate their position that transgender students should be entitled to choose the restroom facilities of their choice. The report states that several transgender students and supporters carried signs along the sidewalk in front of the school district headquarters bearing slogans such as "Trans rights equal human rights" and "Some men have vaginas, get over it." Earlier this year, the school board ruled that a student's biological sex would determine which restroom and shower facilities they would be required to use. Nicholas Rardin, a Vanguard High School senior and member of the school's Gay Straight Alliance, organized yesterday's protest to send a message to the school board that the decision has a negative impact on students. Busch Gardens in Tampa has shut down a ride similar to the one in Queensland, Australia that malfunctioned and left 4 people dead. At Busch Gardens in Tampa, officials decided to temporarily close the ride called Congo River Rapids. The accident in Australia happened at the Dreamworld amusement park on the Gold Coast. Officials say there was a malfunction with the family ride called the Thunder Rivers Rapids. Somehow 2 people were thrown from the ride and 2 others were caught inside. No word yet if they drowned or if they were caught in the machinery. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. Watch for rough surf and strong rip currents over the next few days at the beaches. Partly sunny and breezy in this Wednesday. There may be a shower in spots along the coast, a high 82 to 86. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, lows in the 60s, inland 72 along the coast. Partial sunshine and breezy Thursday. There can be a shower in spots along the coast, high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hey, Hi, Ocala. This is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Hi, this is Vanessa Lane Jennings with the Jennings Law Firm, located here in beautiful Ocala. Join me every single Friday at 10:30 for Legal Lane. We'll be discussing various legal topics such as family law, criminal law, contracts, and much more. So this is your chance to call in with your legal questions and have them answered. That's every Friday, 10:30, right here, WOCA, The Source.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952. Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
Today in Florida Ag News from the Southeast AgNet, agricultural landowners and Indian tribes in Florida are being reminded applications are being accepted for a wetland reserve easement. The sign-up period will run until November 15 for fiscal year 2017 funding. USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service provides financial and technical assistance for landowners to purchase and restore wetlands, protect wildlife habitat, and recharge groundwater on their property. Eligible landowners can enroll in a permanent or 30-year easement. Now, the Agricultural Conservation Easement Program, or ACEP, provides financial and technical assistance to help conserve ag lands and wetlands and their related benefits. There are two components to the program, the agricultural land easements and wetland reserve easements. Now, although applications are accepted for this program on a continuous basis, funding selections are typically made once a year, and this batching deadline runs to November 15th. To learn more, contact your local NRCS office.
Attention cattle producers in North Florida and the tri-state wiregrass region. Mark the date for midday Thursday, November 3rd, and plan to get your cattle production questions answered by the experts at a special event to be held at Blackwater Cattle Company in Lake Park, Georgia. It's the Not in the Book 2 program, hosted by North Florida Cattlemen's Association and the Wiregrass Cattlemen's Association of Georgia. Thursday, November 3rd, Blackwater Cattle Company, Lake Park, Georgia. And with the big Blackwater sale a week later, the cattle to be offered will also be on display.
The countdown has begun once again for beef and dairy producers to become Beef Quality Assurance Certified for free online through November 13th. And as an added bonus, anyone who becomes certified during this period is eligible to win a prize package courtesy of Bear-Ringer Ingelheim Vetmedica Incorporated and the BQA program. Anyone who works with cattle, whether it's beef or dairy, is encouraged to complete BQA training through November 13th. Visit BQA.org to take advantage of the open certification period. Funded in part by the Beef Checkoff. Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.